welcome to Lesson 1 of Flowers of the Forest Workshop. You can click on the link below for all the details on this workshop, all the lessons, as well as some sheet music there, and I've got highlighted each lesson section. And this tune, again, like most tunes, we start on the E. So our ring finger's up on the top hand. We have the thumb covering the hole on the back. Our bottom hand, usually our right hand. Our pinky finger's up in the low A position. Fingers are pretty straight, not curled, and that's our E introductory note, and we're going to go right down to low A, and we're going to get there with a G grace note. If you want to leave that G grace note out, it just drops down with that ring finger. If you want to do that G grace note, that top finger has to lift first. Then you drop down the ring finger, then that top finger comes back down. That's our G grace note. As you've heard, after that G grace note, we're on the low A. Then our next embellishment, we're going to do a Burl. And so for you keeping track at home, that first low A is the first downbeat. The second downbeat of the bar, there's two downbeats in each bar. You tap your foot twice in each bar because it's a 2-4 march, or slow march, slow air, whatever you want to call it. It's a 2-4 tempo. First downbeat is that first low A. Next foot tap will be that Burl. So the Burl, if the Burl's a bit much, you can just do a finger tap. You can just do a single finger tap with that pinky finger, or if you're real quick, you could do a double pinky tap. There's the single tap. Here's the double tap. So it's up to you. If you want to do the full Burl, you want to slide that pinky down just to barely cover the hole and then bend that pinky as you come up again. If you're struggling with Burls, you might want to join my embellishment Facebook group, so you can look below for details on that as well. So in any case, whatever you decide to do, that's the second beat, and then after that second beat, on the upbeat, we're going to go up to B just by lifting the ring finger, and that's our whole first bar. So our next downbeat, the first note of the next bar, bar number 2, we're going to do this little bit of embellishment where we drop down to low G and then lift up the pinky, and we end up on low A. So from B, so we just catch that low G for a moment, and then the pinky finger comes up. And if that's a bit too much, you can just drop down one finger down to low A. But I think it sounds kind of cool, and it's not too much harder to do to work on that embellishment. So let's do everything we have so far. We're doing the first bar as well as that first note of the second bar, starting from that E introductory note. So this is the last little bit we have to add in, and then we're all done lesson 1. So you're getting there. So we're on the low A, first downbeat. Then we have 2 quick notes. Now these are 16th notes. So both these notes are happening while your foot's up in the air. They're both happening before the next downbeat, which is that D throw. So you hear how quick those 2 notes are? So they're a lot shorter, these 2 notes. So we're on the low A already. If you're not doing that G grace note to B, you can just go up the scale. And if you're not doing that D throw, you can just keep going right on up the scale from low A, up to B, lift the ring finger, up to C, lift the other middle finger of the bottom hand, but make sure you drop that pinky down. And then we have our longer note on the D. So if you're doing no grace notes embellishments, it'll sound like this. So it's just kind of that walk up the scale. If you're doing the embellishments, we want to do that G grace note to go from low A up to B. So that grace note has to lift, that top finger of the top hand lifts. You do your note transition, that top finger comes down. And then we have a quick C, so that pinky finger comes down, no embellishment to get to that C. And then from that C, boom, we have a big D throw. So let's talk about D throw for a moment. So we're already on the C. We're going to drop down to low A, and then do a D grace note, top finger of the bottom hand. So first half again, down to low G, D grace note. Second half, we're already on the low G. We pop up to C, pop up to D. Here's second half of that D throw. Let's put it both together. So that's the mechanics of it. It's just in slow motion, but get used to it, get it all even. Pause the video if you haven't worked on D throws yet. And that speed, you slowly want to increase that speed. And if you want to just omit that D throw for now, that's okay. But if you love the sound of the D throws like I do, keep working at it. Pause the video. I'll be here when you come back. And so that's actually the last movement of this lesson 1 section. And again, click on the link below for all the workshop details on my Flowers of the Forest workshop. And here again, I'll play through once or twice more, just this little lesson 1 section, which you'll see highlighted in the sheet music I got in the workshop link below. Here we go. Lesson 1. Let's do that once more. Can't wait to see you in lesson 2.